wanna stay inside forever in that worn out yellow sweater. The warmth I used to feel is still there. Heavy sighs like clouds surround me. Why do they feel so lonely? I can't pretend to care. I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to find a way in this unrelenting world where I promised that I would stay. I'll figure it out, then you'll see I'm everything I ever claimed to be. Smile through the dark to the sky, laugh away. Never thought I'd put my phone down, suffocating in a bubble. Who's wearing the crown? Everyone's looking for the next big thing while I'm still so lost in a closing ring of faces. The shameless, constantly walking an endless road to the moon, to the stars. And I hope to God you get far. And eternity's too long to stay on the stage. When will I turn the next page? Let me stay inside forever in that worn out yellow sweater. When will the colors fade? This pretty, pretty palette of dull shades. What's the definition of a good friend? It's hard to tell in this mad race to the end. Can I live so unafraid? I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to find a way in this unrelenting world where I promised that I would stay. I'll figure it out, then you'll see I'm everything I ever claimed to be. Smile through the dark to the sky, laugh away. I'm trying to be happy.
Yo, what's up, Nufu? How you doing, man? How am I? I'm doing all right. Not the greatest, but hey, man, it's all good. I think it's only uphill from here, though, so we're trying to get into a little groove of doing shit that is fun. What am I seeing here? You're seeing a stream that I made just for you. And if you don't like it, then I'll cry. Honestly, I won't cry, but I'll think about it a lot. Fortnite, man, what the fuck? I mean, I guess now is like the fine time to play Fortnite, right? Because the OG map / season or whatever. I really like pay-to-win games. How do you pay-to-win in Reboot? This is like the grindiest game possible. I don't understand. You're just gonna run some with your brother? I mean, I've literally never played Fortnite, but if I were to play Fortnite, it would be like this. It's an event like this, rather. Keep the Vietnamese playlist I sent you? Bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack? I don't even remember you sending me one. I feel like that shit would be fire. Oh, actually, I do remember this. But I don't remember the playlist because I'm a bad friend. But instead of lying to you and saying, oh yeah, for sure, I just haven't gotten around to it, I'm just gonna be straight up and say I didn't. Because I forgot. I think it's because we were talking about a Russian playlist that somebody made me, right? So I vaguely remember, but I did not look at it because I'm a bad friend. But at least I'm an honest person, and that's the least I can be for you. A fucking Greater Dark Servant? Hello? Making me move? It's okay. Might be okay, but you know, hold myself to a higher standard around here.
They say you'll never be a star, that you started much too late to change your fate. I'm trying, though I didn't start at 8. I wanna try something new, I wanna find a reason to. I can still create something great, that it's still not too
First game on Fortnite in like 3 years. Bro, I've never played that shit, but I am sure you'll be fine. Whatever happened to Dark and Darker? Is it just a game you play sometimes, or you don't play it no more? What's the deal? Isn't that shit like what you've been waiting your whole life for?
Just like a flower, stop thinking about the past and what could have been for hours and hours. It wasn't fair, I was there. I wish I could tell a younger me to forgive yourself for not starting.
Speaking of fucking games that I haven't played in forever, last night I may or may not have gotten a little blasted, and I played a bunch of fucking Among Us and both with your friends, with people I haven't talked to in so long. It was really fun, actually. But I feel like there should be a rule against bullying 8-year-olds on Among Us in text chat. Which class is this? Is Nightwalker? I didn't make it for this farming, but the fact that it exists made it so much nicer. Because I can just hold down a single button for 1.5 minutes and then just not pay attention whatsoever. It's really nice. I think there's a couple more classes with farming like this, but I wouldn't know. I'm a fucking little baby potato when it comes to this game. Need one last secret map for the Wealth Rune. I am glad I have basically everything done in that game. Because I have had a 0% desire to do any additional horizontal in Lost Ark in like over a year. Which is why I still don't have Southburn done. Southburn, right? Yeah. I think sea bounties are what burned me out from finishing collectibles in Lost Ark. Because I was going to every sailing co-op event for like a year straight. And I just could not get the last two sea bounties that I needed for 100%. And I think they made it easier or whatever now, but I just don't got that dog in me anymore, you know? I think I should get one more Omnium Star too for the last Purify rune, but also I don't think it matters that much going from 70% epic to an 80% legendary for one gate in one raid that I don't even swap to Purify for most of the time because I'm lazy. Not really easier, just only has two tiers of sea events instead of 3, yeah. I just know it got changed at some point, and I find it hard to believe that like any change could make it worse, so I just assumed it got better or easier. But I have done so many fucking sea bounties, and it's just... obviously, you just either get it or you don't, and it's been a lot of you don't for me. And if you get enough you don't, so you just give up eventually. At least I do. I have that Korean grind in me to a certain extent, but you gotta give me something, man. Did Illusion Island for the first time ever with 4 others on the island. Bro, when I used to do Illusion Island, because I used to do it for the, fuck, what is it called? For the PvP rank? I don't remember, is it Extreme or whatever? It's not Supreme, I don't think. It's the rank after Supreme. But I would go to every single Illusion Island, and it would usually just be me and like one other person. Even on like a populated server, like Mari. Just content that nobody does. I was lucky enough to get the bounty from that place very early on though, so I didn't have to do it for that. At least you got the map on the first try, yeah. Yeah. Maple's still active or is it dying? I mean, as far as I can see, Reboot's the most active it's ever been. And I think that probably translates to Maple Story as a whole. If it's any consolation, I think the retail-based game of MapleStory Reboot is good enough for me to play it over a private server. Which says a lot, because I am not a big fan of having to do a bunch of tedious bullshit every single day. Believe it or not. I don't find doing Arcane River dailies every single day for the rest of my life very enjoyable. It's like not even comparable to something in Lost Ark, like doing daily Guardian raids or whatever. Because at least Guardian raids, you're playing your character. Arcane River dailies, you're not. That is to say, they fixed a lot of the mundane bullshit, and I think that's why the game is so popular. TLDR, I think Maple's doing alright, especially if you play on Reboot. What class is this? This is Nightwalker. One of the Cygnus Knights. Also, I guess another anecdotal piece of evidence from me, but the last time I seriously played this game was when I hit 250 when Reboot initially first came out. I was going for the first page on rankings or whatever, and the amount of people playing back then compared to now, I mean, it's not even close. There's just a lot more people. I do kind of wonder about the secondary Reboot server being opened, though. I feel like that might be dumb as hell. But we'll have to see. MVP Channel 18, wow. I guess I'll go get it. Am I really gonna do 2 hours of grinding? Fuck, man. Channel 18. I buy fish if fish cost 870 gold each. Well, I don't know. Could I still do the exact same thing I'm doing in terms of profit margin? Because at the end of the day, if I couldn't make profit on buying shit, I wouldn't buy it, right? It's just that simple. And I think this Friday's Arconomics, I went into it is about as in-depth as I possibly can for even, like, the most new person. I don't buy fish to hold fish. I buy fish to craft fusion materials to sell for money. The secondary reason why I have fish is obviously because I think they're way too cheap, but it's not the primary reason. If I couldn't continue to make profit with fish through crafting, I would still probably have some fish, but I wouldn't have 200k worth of fish. Type that bracelet in the calculator, it shows a 15% damage increase. Bro, that's fucking insane to me. My bracelet is such ass cheeks. But I don't want to roll a new one. Because it's spec swiftness, which is good for RS, and then it's precise, which is one of the best bracelet rolls for Soulfist, because we are so goddamn crit starved. And precise is worth like a bazillion %. You're just memeing. It's the price of fish in South America. Crazy, right? It's still profit primary. Yeah, that's what I mean, though. Like, it sounds crazy, right? But you have to look at it in perspective from whatever server's economy that is. Which is why I was, you know, giving the answer that I was giving. MVP was channel 18? I think I missed it. God bless me. But everybody always, like, hyper fixates on the price of things on their server versus, like, my server or whatever. Nice, I did get it. That was perfect timed. I'm so good at timing MVP buffs. A lot of people focus on the price of things regardless of their server's economy. So it's like, yeah, shit's probably going to be more expensive on, like, NA West, but it's always been like that, and I think that has mostly to do with the massive amounts of RMT gold. So it's like, whenever I sell an accessory for, like, 150k gold or whatever, people lose their goddamn minds. Because it would only go for, like, what? Like 80k or whatever on their server. But then you take a look at their prices of their materials and shit, and it's like half the price of NA West. And then you have the people who obsess over the Korean economy for some reason, even though the Korean economy has literally nothing to do with ours. Because even though we're playing the same game, that's about as far as it goes. Our gold generation is nothing like their gold generation, and it never has been and never will be. South America needs bots. I mean, I don't think it needs bots as much as it just needs more players, right? Because I think for the most part, bots are generally a bad thing for games, even though it does drive the prices of things down. But equally so, that's not always a good thing. And I think having a wider breadth of players would be a better thing in that scenario. I mean, I feel bad for people who still play on SA because it's like, what is gonna happen? Like, nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna do anything to fix it. Like, what can they do? They can't merge into NA West or NA East because I think South American ping to those Western servers is much higher than a lot of people are willing to deal with. I just think it's doomed. I still think all they need to do is something like just make everything cross-play and make everything server-wide. Make markets all connected. Make Party Finder all connected. And just put yourself in regioned instances. It's not that difficult. Speaking as somebody who's never programmed a single code, a singular letter of code, surely it can't be that hard. Only lost circuit on alt system like Legion? I mean, I don't think Legion is a very good system, to be honest. I think Legion is a lot more bearable now than it was when it first came out because of the influx of how the Legion leveling meta works. In that there are so many different ways to basically passively level your characters up past a certain point. You know, like XP pots. Back in the day, those shits did not exist. Good system for trying out classes. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I think you have to balance the incentive to try things out versus feeling like you absolutely need to engage with a system. And I felt like the same thing with character cards when that was the system before Legion. But the difference between character cards and Legion is character cards were a lot less important than Legion is. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's just something you have to accept when playing MapleStory, because link skills exist, so it's very clearly basically required to play a bunch of shitty characters you don't care about. RuneScape, a single game, economy channels. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. I mean, I'm sure I brought it up before. It's like I said, it's not a novel game concept that no game has ever done before. In fact, I would say more games do it than don't. I just like to be a funny man meme guy and say it's just too difficult. Character cards were hella worthless. I mean, there were some character cards that were, like, incredibly overpowered, like the old Wild Hunter character card. It gave you a % chance to just one-hit KO an enemy, which was absurd for leveling Lynx and other shitty characters for their character cards. But yes, for the most part, a lot of them were just kind of pointless and shitty. But it also made it so you didn't necessarily have to interface with the system at the highest level to feel like you're getting benefit out of it, or you're missing out, right? Whereas if you don't interface with Legion at all, you are losing out on a lot of stats. How do I play a game for long term for a while? I get bored a few months in and come back a year later or so. Always a struggle. I just think a lot of people play games in different ways, right? And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. For me, I enjoy a wide variety of games. I always have, always will. But I'll always have my, like, anchor game that I always go back to. A game that I can just boot up and relax and enjoy. And I like seeing long-term progression. I think progression systems are very enjoyable. Because it's nice to have goals to work on. But I know a lot of people don't like that kind of style, and they just kind of like to hop around and play games that they enjoy for a little bit and then go to another one. That's also totally fine. But if you want advice on trying to stick with a singular game instead of jumping around, I don't really know what to say to that other than, like, just set a bunch of different goals that you want to achieve and then slowly achieve them. And then as you achieve them, set new goals and continue to achieve those goals. I think that's the best way to keep yourself interested in something. And personally speaking, from my most bored and burned out periods of Lost Ark, it's when I have achieved all my goals and I don't have anything else I really want to do. Like, in Lost Ark right now, my goal is to, like, loosely hone my Icon weapon, right? But I'm not super stressing about it. I'm just kind of logging on, doing my weeklies, doing my dailies on the 6th, and then just fucking around playing MapleStory or whatever. But I've been hyper-focused on MapleStory because of the upcoming update. So I think if I didn't have that update pushing me to grind more on Mushroom Game, I probably would be a bit more relaxed. But that's kind of what I mean in terms of, like, the goal thing, right? I have a very clear goal that I want to achieve and a deadline to achieve it by, so I just try to work out if I can make that happen, what do I need to do to make that happen. And then I have to juggle it around, like, all the other things that I have to do, like content creation, just general day-to-day house maintenance, etc., etc. But the TLDR is, I think, goals keep you playing games. And I think that's also why I get kind of bored of FPSs these days. Because I'm less competitive than I used to be. Even though I'm still, like, very competitive when it comes to certain things. I used to be able to sit down and play, like, Team Fortress 2 for 20 hours every single day of my life when I was, like, 12. There ain't no progression in that shit. It's just shoot people. Shoot heads. Just different games for different kind of people who play them, and it is what it is. That's our progression, true. Isn't seeing 25% of WAP demoralizing? Not really. Because it's like, it's getting me towards my goals, right? Like, I have multiple goals, and doing this gets me closer to multiple of those goals, right? Like, my main goal, obviously, is to get to 256 so I can growth pot to 260 for New Age. But in the interim, I'm also farming Meso, which I heavily need because I'm fucking broke and I'm new, and I need Meso to make my gear less shit. I also really want to look for decent familiars. I'm also farming droplets, which are something that is never a bad thing to have. I'm also farming up a surplus of superior item crystals and phillostones, so I don't have to worry about extracting shit constantly. It's just a bunch of smaller things that also you're working on in tandem with the big thing. And it's kind of like I said, maybe I glossed over it a little bit, but like in Lost Ark, I only have that one big goal, kind of, that I'm working towards. And if you have one big goal that's going to take a very, very long time to get to and achieve, then yeah, it can definitely feel a little bit worse when you put in a bunch of hours and then you're like 1% closer to that overarching goal. But that's kind of why I try to make smaller goals in tandem with the big goal, if that makes sense. Next in line to be level 9 gem. I mean, if I'm gonna do my Sork, I'm gonna do my Sork, but I don't know. I might not. If I don't do my Sork, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just sell the gems to help fund the Akon weapon honing.
1 a.m., eyes closed, I'm slowly falling to the music and the atmosphere. Now and then, I feel lights fading softly all over me, and I remember last year.
Oh, and also a big thing about, like, goals and trying to achieve goals is to not burn yourself out. Like, some people benefit really well from, like, a regiment of, oh, I want to do, like, 1 or 2 wealth acquisition potions a day, or whatever, right? But I know I don't work very well under that, sort of... I don't know what you'd call it. I don't work well under that sort of philosophy. Because some days I just don't feel like doing it, and that's completely okay. If you don't feel like doing something one day, it's not gonna ruin your entire life or whatever, right? What's gonna ruin your entire life in that game is you feeling like you have to do these arbitrary things that you said you have to do when you don't want to do them. Because it's like, if you don't quit the game, then you're gonna be way better off than any other variation of you that did quit the game, right? You go into, I don't want to do dailies today, no, I don't want to do it today again, and I don't want to play. I mean, I think at that point, it just sounds like you need something else to be able to enjoy yourself doing, right? Like, even when I was playing massive amounts of Lost Ark, and it would definitely be considered one of my primary games, and I put in pretty much all of my free time I possibly could into the game, I would still have other things that I would do that I enjoyed doing that weren't Lost Ark. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, but I think it is an important thing to practice, having multiple things you get enjoyment from. So when that other thing that you really enjoy doing the majority of the time starts to feel like a bit of a job rather than an enjoying, like, hobby, you're able to back away from it for a little bit and not feel bad about it. That guild filled with Loa players? I don't know. My friend just got me into it. He was like, yo, apply to this guild, we'll get guild skills. And I was like, sure, dope, sounds good. And I applied and got my guild skills. That's as far as that goes. I don't know fucking anybody in the guild. Aside from my singular friend who told me to get in the guild. Have I been up this whole time? My schedule is very flexible. I'm up, I'm down, I'm left, I'm right. You never know with me. But that is to say, I've had a productive morning. I got today's video ready, scheduled. I haven't done anything on Lost Ark today, but it's fine. I've got like 16 hours or some shit. I even started up the old stream. I mean, it's been a good day. No matter how you cut it. Saw a bunch of ex-Lost Ark players in the guild that were also former TFT pros. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of refugees in this guild, and I also know there are a lot of ex-League players in this guild, because they talk about League all the fucking time. But in terms of, like, knowing these people personally, I don't know any of them at all. Except for Indy, which is who my friend is and who got me into the guild. I mean, basically, I'm just here for guild skills. I mean, I'm not against meeting these people, but it's like... I feel like for the vast majority, I am, how you be saying, out of their league. I'm out of their league, and they're out of my league. It's like a mutual leaguing. Mushroom Game has a lot of League anime and Hosu talks. Yeah, I think that's just the greater internet in general, though, right? I'm excited to lose gold on the Elixir Gamba. I mean... not particularly. Especially since I'm wasting all of my gold trying to hone my con weapon to at least 22. Maybe 25, depending on how much of a stick I have up my ass. Which means I will be sufficiently broke as fucking shit. Which means I will definitely not be happy about anything relating to gold. Even though I do really want elixirs on my Soulfist, the crit would be nice and it would make it feel less shitty. What I'm really not looking forward to is having to do elixirs on my alts. It's already annoying as hell to get shit done on them since I'm not like pushing them as high as they can go at all times, like I normally do. It's like nothing against people though, like you want to pick people the higher item level, and if your alts are not higher item level, then you're gonna get picked less than people who have higher item level alts. So I do just kind of wish they would make the system so you could do like all of your raids on one character or 2 characters or 3 characters or something, instead of having to spread them out over 6 characters. Have they said if you're getting a +1 character slot for Soul Eater release, like they're gonna give you a character slot coupon? Because definitely not. I don't think they've ever given us one in the West, and I think they've only done it like once in Korea. If you mean like +1 slot overall on your account, also again probably not. I think they do that in batches, and I don't think there has been one, or there is going to be one. But again, I don't 100% know. I think if that's the answer you're looking for, you want to ask somebody who follows the Korean game and see how many total character slots that they have. They gave us one? Did they give us one? When did they do that? I mean, they totally could have given us one, but I just don't remember. And I know that it's something that they very infrequently do. Which I think totally makes sense, and I don't hate them for it. Because I do think there should be some incentive to get even, like, super casual people to consider spending money on the game, right? That's like, they give you 6 character slots for free, so I can kind of understand character slots being, like, a hard requirement purchase if you want to go beyond the 6. That being said, I do kind of think they should probably give us at least one a year. Would that really be too crazy? Like, one every year for anniversary, maybe? I don't know. It's anniversary, man. Give people a character slot. EXP item has disappeared. What did I lose? MPE pot. Also lost my slate buff. Oh my god, am I gonna do another hour? I guess, why not? Never actually seen MapleStory. Everything on screen is sensory overload. I mean, majority of this shit is just... If you're, like, playing the game for real, the game would look more like this. Where the fuck do I turn it off? This. And then I would have a damage skin that's not fucking massive. So... I mean, this is my only other damage skin. Which isn't really a great damage skin either. I guess cascading would probably be better for less sensory overload. Ain't no way I have combat transparent UI on. I think it's annoying, but not annoying enough to care. I've realized I care a lot less about certain things than a lot of people. Especially when it comes to, like, screen shake. Is this the non-AIDS one? Oh no, that's not the non-AIDS one. That's the fucking Seizure one. Seizure? Is it Blade? Yeah, okay, it's Blade. So this is like the least sensory overload you can get, and if you're like seriously playing the game, this is like similar to what it would actually look like. But I'm a casual. I enjoy the glitz and the glamour. Multiple lines used to lag. No, makes sense. I do kind of wonder how my performance will be if I were to, like, boss with other human beings instead of just do it by myself. Because I feel like MapleStory's performance is, like, hot-ass garbage. I'm just saying, like, the settings I've changed is the least... This is, like, the least amount of fun stuff to look at. You can't even see my skill effects anymore. My damage numbers are like the least intrusive they can possibly be. Even though this isn't a very good damage skin to show that off. But there are like much smaller damage skins that a lot of people like to use. Or you can just get transparent damage skin altogether. But it's like, aside from all the shit that I just turned off, there's not much else to see, right? Like, I'm holding down W, which is my full map attack. It goes off, it kills the monsters, and then my little bats hit the other monsters, and then they die too. And then obviously all the shit on the ground is very cool to look at, mostly because I get to pick it up in like a minute and a half. Hardly crash or lag on Mushroom now. Updated client to 64-bit like 2 years ago. I know they did something with it, and there's like a setting in the options here, like 64-bit. And you could like turn this on, so I turned it on. I have no fucking idea what it does, but I figured I might as well turn it on. So, I don't know. Can't be that bad. Although I do know what you mean, Sang. But I think a lot of people would say the same thing about, like, any game they're unfamiliar with, right? Like, you put somebody who's never, like, played Lost Ark or seen Lost Ark into, like, the fucking water 8-man dungeon. Good luck. They're not gonna know a goddamn thing that's happening. Put them into Vicus. It was bugged for like the first 2 months, literally just did nothing. Sounds good. Sounds respectable. Sounds like Nexon. And other unrelated news that only like one person here will understand. And it's you, Sang. I hit level 999 in the Broly Easy A finally today. One of my proudest achievements. I like just wasting time doing Easy A's to 999. I think that's like my third or fourth one. That's usually what I'm doing while I'm playing MapleStory. Just doing Easy A's. I autoed most of the Broly one because it was so goddamn easy. But a lot of the other higher ones you can't auto, or you just lose. Which is enjoyable, I like it. And obviously the Cell one I Easy-A'd. And then the Anniversary 1 to 999 one I just autoed. I'm sure there's a lot more that you can get to 999 now. I need to figure out which ones those are and start working on them. I like collecting the silver statues or the platinum statues. I think I have like 5,000 platinum Hercules statues. Why? Why not? I just like having big numbers in games, if that isn't obvious. Got the biggest shaft up your ass while pulling full LR full power. I didn't have very many stones, but I wanted the Goku real bad. I think badass. I think I have one more rotation left on it. I've only done 2, but I don't have the stones for the last one yet. I'm sure I won't get him. Family Kamehameha Easy is insanely easy. That's the one that I've been doing next. But I'm only like 160 on it, and the team defaults to fucking LR Cooler, like as the friend unit. And I hate having to manually swap my friend unit. Maybe he'll be fine to keep, but I don't know. Would rather just have another Turtles. I think there was another Easy A that I had like at high 400s, low 500s, but I don't remember what one it was. I need them to give us an event that opens up every Easy A again, so I can look at everything and do them. You're at 380 red coins for your banner drops. You ended up at 520 for calling it quits and buying Vegeta Trunks. I think in the, like, 8 pulls or whatever I ended up getting out of the 2 rotations, the only thing I ended up pulling was the new side banner unit, the new side baby. And I got 1 Vegeta and Trunks, which I didn't really want, but I guess I could use it. So now mine's Rainbow. But Not exactly what I wanted. Can do the Cell and Omega raids. Pretty sure I've already done the Cell one. The Cell one is the one that just gives you the training clothes up to 999, right? The Omega one I haven't done, though. I mean, the Cell one was super easy. If that's the one you're talking about. Cell and Omega both give training items. Gotcha. Then yeah, I should probably do the Omega one at some point. But I like my platinum statues, man. I gotta keep grinding the platinum statues. So I can never sell them and never use them. And then send a screenshot to my friend every, like, 6 months saying, hey, look at my statues, aren't they cool? And then him going, yeah, man, they're so cool. And then that's it. That's the moment I lived for. You only got one full power Goku? I mean, if you got one, though, that's better than not getting one. I'd love to have a fucking Goku at 55%. I just think Super Saiyan 4 Goku's sick. It's definitely one of my favorite, forms of that man's. Physical Kid Buu also pretty easy with new 8th Annie GT. Yeah, I can imagine. They kinda fucking beat ass. I need to see if there's like any old like DB Saga or like Dragon Ball Seekers easy A I can do with the new shit like fucking like Bulma and fucking Kid Goku and shit. Because they're horrifically overpowered compared to the rest. Oh no, the old one, Tech. I still like the Tech one too, but that's because he's Super Saiyan 4. I just like Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, man. I'm a simple guy. And mine is also not 100%, so I would have been happy with one copy. I would have preferred a Tech full power Goku over the Vegeta and Trunks I got. But I'm biased. But it's okay. I get him with red coins whenever he decides to show up in like 6 months. Unless I get him in like the next 3 pulls that I do whenever I get the stones. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks easy as you. Because it would be nice to find something to use like my Kid Goku and fucking Kid Gohan and like fucking Bulma. I mean, Bulma's just fucking great. She's OP as hell. And I like seeing the power creep. Like the old Ginyu Force EZA. When the new Ginyu Force came out, being able to swap to those just made that EZA so fucking simple. I like that power creep. Power creep in Dokkan is so funny. Listen, man. You can't just start off by writing a whole fucking paragraph for every description of every passive. That's too much work. You gotta start off with things like plus 20% attack, plus 1 ki. And then once people get bored of that, then you can start adding more words, you know? You can't start off by writing a fucking 300-page essay, because then you'll always be expected to do that or more. You gotta start small. They're just smart. You don't understand. I do kind of wonder if they'll ever do the thing that lets you re-EZA a character. Because there are a lot of old, like fucking ancient old relics of garbage that I would like to use. Just because I like them. But I also fully expect them to never do that, because then that would kind of invalidate pulling for new shit, in a way. If something will just infinitely EZA eventually. Don't think it would invalidate anything Dokkan always makes fun of. Yeah, I don't think so either, but I can just see that argument, right? You don't want to make something that people got in 2016 repeatedly relevant over and over. Because then, in theory, there's less incentive for them to pull for newer shit. Even though I think, by nature, a lot of people who play gacha games do it to collect shit. So it's kind of a moot point. But just from, like, an actual game design perspective, I can kind of understand it. I guess I shouldn't say a lot of people who play gacha games, period, but I think a lot of people who play Dokkan, specifically. They're just there to collect their favorite boys. And if their favorite boys happen to slap ass, then that's fucking sick. IP is just too strong? Yeah, for sure. Dragon Ball is a very good IP to be working with. All you have to do is just completely is what's expected of you, and people will lose their mind. No matter how much bad decisions I make, the community can't find a fault. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true, right? I think a lot of people have a lot of problems with the game. But I think at the end of the day, there is no other game like it, right? Because, sure, you could say you have Dragon Ball Legends, but Legends isn't really comparable gameplay-wise, right? Unless they make a popular character bad on paper. I mean, even that doesn't necessarily mean anything will be done about it. I mean, just look at shit like Raditz. I still don't know how they could have done my boy that dirty. I wasn't asking for Raditz to be fucking insane, but I was asking for him to be, like, you know, useful. Sometimes. And then they did him like that. And then you have shit like the new Zamasu, which shares a fucking name with the yellow coin Zamasu for some reason. Which I still don't understand why. I mean, I understand why in terms that they don't want the two to link, but I feel like that's the whole point. So it just makes yellow coin Zamasu still worthless. But it's like, people definitely get upset. And it doesn't necessarily mean anything will happen. Finish out this WAP. I'll definitely be above 4 bill. That's pretty neato, I guess. People complain about unit kits, but not the boss fight themselves. I mean, I'm a lot less invested into, like, the actual fight design in Dokkan these days, because I'm a lot more casual about it. But I do think one of the worst decisions they have ever made is not necessarily in boss design, but in the limited number of times you can try a boss a day. Obviously, I'm referring specifically to red zone stages. That shit is fucking stupid as hell. And I think a lot of people have problems with red zone stages because of that. But something like Cell Max, which I would argue is much more bullshit, is a lot less complained about, simply because you can try it an infinite number of times a day. You don't load in, get fucked by RNG, and then, well, I guess that's one of my 3 attempts for the day gone. And I think just by the nature of the game itself, is it's gonna be like, there's only so much they can do for a boss, right? I just don't know why you put attempt limits on shit. It's so stupid. Should be able to choose the starting rotation. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, because I feel like that would just make things a little too easy. But I feel like you should be able to have some sort of influence. Whether that be knowing who is going to start in the floating slot, or like one unit that is 100% going to be in rotation 1 and 100% going to be in rotation 2, or something like a in combination of the sort. But I think being able to outright pick the entire rotation's kind of broken. Because, I mean, hate it or like it, I think the random nature of Dokkan is, like, a lot of the appeal to the hard content. Remember doing some max special pose challenge reset for 6 hours. I mean, I think that's also, like, a problem in itself. Resetting because you don't get the rotation that you want. But I don't think the solution to that is just letting you pick the rotation, right? If that makes sense. I think there's a better solution to that problem. What that solution is, I couldn't tell you. But I just feel like putting a band-aid over it and calling it good is not great. I have no idea what you're watching. Just imagine I've been doing a Chaos Dungeon for like an hour and a half. It's basically the equivalent. How'd the Fortnite go? You get a fucking victory royale? #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. You get 10 kills on the board right now. Fuck, I gotta listen to that shit. That's a banger. Chug Jug with you. We're gonna be listening the 300-hour version, of course. I like how this TikTok re-upload sound video has more views than the original Chug Jug with you. That's fucked up, man. The world we live in is a cruel and unforgiving place. Got one, you rolled twice and dipped? Hell yeah. That's what I say. say what happened to Dark and Darker, big man. You Dark and Darker, or you give her upper, or what's the deal? I'm Nufu, not as dark and dark enough. I don't know. You still grind that shit? Yeah, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. That's just not something that you do. Sorry. Playing the finals right now in between. Fake ass, man. Fake ass friends all around me, man. You died to Debussy. I don't remember the last time I let Debussy step on me, but it's been a while. But don't worry, you're not missing much. About to finish up this WAP. I mean, 17 minutes. It's fucking... I mean, we're closer to being done than we were when we started, so... Getting the same Soul Eater Korea has... I have no idea. But if I had to guess, it's the one currently in Korea. Based on absolutely nothing. And it was just kind of a coin flip in my head, and I decided to say that one. Trust me, bro, yeah. That's always, like, one of my #1 sources. Trust me, bro. Because the thing people don't understand is even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter, you know? You just have to be confidently incorrect. Why are all shooter games shit nowadays? I was gonna say a very mean thing, and I couldn't do that to my good friend Nufu. But I was gonna say they're not shit, you're just shit. Real answer, I don't know if they are shit. I think it's mostly just we have grown out of the games that we used to like. And it's less so the games now are worse than they were back then. Which I'm sure you can make an argument to say that they were different, if not better. But I mean, you take a game like Fortnite, objectively, it's a very good game, right? But I know plenty of people who will shit on Fortnite and say, oh, it's fucking garbage. You take a game like Warzone, for example. Like, Warzone is, like, objectively a good game from design. I'll be the one to say it. I think a lot of it for me is the transitionary period from, like, actual FPSs into, like, battle royales. I'm not a battle royale kind of guy. I don't find it very enjoyable to spend like 5 minutes in between games in a cutscene between dropping, looting, and then getting into a fight where you get lasered and die instantly, and then have to redo it all, and it takes another 5-10 minutes. Obviously, you can just say, well, skill gap, but it's like, Realistically, bro, you're like 35 years old. We're all 35 years old. We'll all eventually be 35 years old. You too are gonna get melted by the fucking 9-year-old kid hopped up on cotton candy. It's only a matter of time before he comes for you too. I think people miss being a child and having a longer attention span. That could definitely be a factor as well, yeah. I just think you grow as a person, right? And as you grow, your interests change as well. And it's not necessarily that you dislike FPSs, but I think it's more like you just don't like them as much as you used to, and you wish you did, right? I don't know, man. I'm not your dad, or your mom, or your therapist. I'm just some fat white dude on the internet who plays video games and talks sometimes. Sorry, I had a little spurred moment. I'm sleepy. I am your dad, though? No shot I'm your dad. I'm a good virgin, my friend. I cannot be your father. I am wearing my purity ring until the day I die. You will not force this off my pinky. I saved my body for one man and one man only, and that is Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen, brother. Although there's a really weird problem that I've been having, you know, every time I open up the internet, I open up Internet Explorer, they always tell me there's hot singles in my area. But I never can find the hot singles in my area, man. It's a real problem. Still searching. I might be searching forever, honestly. Shit, I would just settle for singles in my area. Yeah, that's the joke. Internet Explorer is my porn browser, and you get porn pop-ups saying hot singles in your area. Come on, get with the program, old man. A hot single is me? Oh, now you're making me blush. MapleStory content creator now? Nah. I mean, I do enjoy making content for the game and playing it, so I'm going to make it, but I think shoehorning yourself as a one-game content creator kind of guy is just a bad thing, and I'm not interested in that. The ad is made for others to find me. Damn, you have got away with words. Oh, I don't have familiars out. How long has that been a problem? My poor soot beasts. They should be level 5. It caught me slacking. It happens. Can't wait to finally hit 4 bill mesas and then I can fucking blow it all in cocaine. Not even hookers, just straight up cocaine. I kind of want to do a reenactment of the famous hit film Cocaine Bear. Speaking of, does anybody want to watch Cocaine Bear with me? I'm looking for a +1. Must hold my hand in the theater. That is the only requirement. Please apply. Probably +1. That's like the least non-committal, the most committal, non-committal thing you could say. Yes. You've got a way with words as always. Your brain ever just turn off when you try to activate a rune? Happens sometimes. I know this comes late, but I'm not 35 and will be 21 tomorrow. What the fuck? You're not 35? Next thing somebody's gonna be trying to tell me here is fucking Nufu isn't 35. Shit reminds me of Winnie the Pooh horror film. I low-key have wanted to watch that too. There's a lot of stuff I want to watch, I just haven't had anybody to watch it with. Since I had like a pretty long period where I just didn't quite want to commit to watching anything, but now I have a bunch of shit that I want to watch and I'm able to watch it. Damn right, I'm not 35. Whatever, dude. Did I mix up the numbers? Is it 53? I also bizarrely want to watch the Five Nights at Freddy movie, even though I know, like, literally nothing about the lore at all. I just feel like it would be shitty and funny, rather than shitty and bad. And I love shitty and funny movies. That's like my fucking... Mwah. 85, I took the other half of 8 away. Fuck, now we're doing math, dude? I hate math. I'm more of a meth kind of guy. I don't even know if these legendary veins are worth harvesting. I just do it out of habit. 2016 reboot, man, this shit was it. You had to get this shit. I don't think it matters anymore, but whatever. I'll take the efficiency loss from harvesting, it's okay. Oh shit, this is the best day of my life. My WAP is done in 28 seconds. I've done it. How many mats are you missing if you don't do Guardians? 1540 Guardian? Monkey? 14 leapstones a day, right? $14 leapstones a day and probably like 150 redstones. So it's not like the worst. I have not done any of my whatchamacallits? Any of my monkeys or any of my Californias in like 2-3 weeks. I just haven't felt like it. I kind of feel bad, but not because I'm missing the loot and shit. I mostly feel bad because I'm not working towards progressing my striker with bound mats. But it's like equally so I could just spend money on buying mats and pushing the character. It's just not typically how I like to play the game. All my homies hate California. Honestly, as far as Guardians go, I don't mind California too much. Like, yeah, he's annoying as shit, but like also... that's all I got. Just, but also, you know? Have you considered? I need to do Monster Park. I'll do my 7 Monster Parks. And then get on Lost Ark. How does that sound? How does that sound? little treat, a little special treat. I almost just bought a Hyper Rock. Cali equal Sonovel? No, 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 no. Cali equal Caligos equal California equal Carl. Carlifornia. Whatever you prefer. If I don't call him by his father name, his father given name, his true given name of Calilagos, I like to call him California. The last Guardian you truly enjoyed was Descaluda. Hope he comes back. Bro, he'll come back, but his name will be fucking, like, Adulaku, or whatever the fuck his name is backwards. And instead of being totally chill, he'll be totally unchill. Mark my words, buddy. I wonder if I'm gonna level from these monster parks. I think I will. That would be truly exciting. And if I don't level from these monster parks, then I'll be goddamn close. Ba-ba-ba. I must eliminate all monsters? How about you fucking eliminate these nuts in your ass? Monster Park is a Guardian equivalent for me. I don't mind Monster Park. I don't enjoy doing it. I don't enjoy doing it on my main anymore because it's like kind of shit experience. But I feel like if I were able to sit here and do this on like shitty alts that I don't like for the XP, to like slowly level them, I'd be like pretty chill with that. But obviously I can't do that until I get the fucking Monster Park medal. Which I am like a fucking gorillion days away from being able to do. So I'm nowhere fucking close to being able to stop this shit. Dulek Cassed will be crazy chill, bro. My man's got a name that's starting to look like DJ Khaled. His main attack will be fucking hitting you with another one. Another one. "7 days on the boring garbage is trash." That's kind of where I'm at right now, kind of what I mean by it, right? Like, I'm doing it for the medal, and, like, nothing else, really. Like, I mean, I guess it still gives okay XP. It's not great. But I would rather just be bite farming instead of doing this for the XP, right? Which is why I said if I was doing this on like an alt that I didn't like playing but I wanted to slowly level, I think I'd like it a lot more again. Another one. I'm honestly kind of wondering when the DJ Khaled Lost Ark tie-in hype crossover will happen. Because I feel like there's a lot of potential there. I did not mean to press the minion. But what the fuck ever. I guess it cleared him. I'm sleepy. God, even just playing this class without green pop feels so fucking shitty. I don't want green pop for Monster Park, but I just can't be fucked. The throwing feels so bad. Aeromancer Drizzle books on NA East were 9K 1 day ago. Yeah, I think it makes sense, right? Because the Express is ending pretty soon, and I think a lot of the preschool children need to build their actual set. And I think a lot of people just forgot about it or put it off until like the last week. It is kind of crazy that Drizzle books are that expensive, though. Considering Wind Fury is the, what I understand, much more popular spec. Because I sold a Wind Fury book the other day for like 6K or something. It's pretty nice. Dropped down after like 2 hours, yeah. Must have just been somebody Slurping up the books. Slurping up the wisdom. Win Fury's at 8K when it was at 400 gold 1 month ago? Bro, what fucking ass backwards society do you live in over there on fucking East, man? It don't make sense. I always thought you wouldn't make a support, but now you're here waiting for Express to boost your artist. I think it takes a certain kind of person to enjoy playing support. Oh, I leveled up. Very cool. I probably should have recorded that, but oh well. I can clip it from the stream. Who cares? I leveled up. Woo! Cool. I was gonna say, it takes like a certain kind of person to enjoy support. But it is very satisfying playing support if you are good at support. And you're playing with other people who understand the difference between a good support and a shit support. Because holy shit, our bad support's kind of miserable to play with. Not gonna lie, on God, FR. I have 132 crystals I can do. So I guess I should probably still do my week or my daily bosses just to fill out the crystals. I also still need to do weeklies on my Wild Hunter, which I don't really want to do. But I will. Which weekly bosses do I do up to? I do up to Lomian. I'm not even gonna bother try doing Lucid until I have full Abso. Guess who's on Dark and Darker now? Not you. Because you're here supporting me, your best friend. I'm pretty close to my full Abso set, though. Because I'm going to buy the shoulders with Damien cores, obviously. And then I already have everything with Lotus cores, so I can buy the weapon with Lotus cores, even though I think that's not what people suggest doing. It's just what I ended up doing. Because there was a week where I cleared Lotus and not Damien, because I didn't feel like doing the pre-quests. And that's just how it is. Also, I just fucking hate Damien. I think that boss is a piece of shit. Who fucking in their right mind thought it was a great idea to make a bunch of fucking foaming balls the size of a fucking engorged testy make you do 0 fucking damage? Very fun. Not to mention all the times where you just can't hit the motherfucker. Honestly, it's like a Lost Ark boss, and I don't like that. And I enjoy being able to actually hit the fucking thing that I'm trying to kill. Damien is like Kyangal. Bro, if Damien was like Kyangal, then I would do all 6 of my Damiens immediately on reset. Because I fucking hate doing them, and I want to get them done immediately. Which, honestly, now that I'm saying that out loud, if I had 6 Damiens, I would probably do that. I just don't like doing Damien and Lotus on my Wild Hunter because my Wild Hunter is so scuffed. Like, my Wild Hunter can do it, and I've done it before. It's just not smooth. But I don't feel like I'm at a point in my MapleStory career where I can reasonably deny getting like another 500 mil meso for a little bit of effort. Can't figure out Kangol for my life as a Drizzle enjoyer. I have no suggestions at all, because I don't know how Drizzle plays. So I'm sure you have a better grasp of it than I do. And the reality is Kangol just kind of sucks ass for a lot of classes. I mean, Sork is fucking awesome, super cool, fun. Whatever adjective you'd like to use. Honestly, some of the most fun I ever have playing my Sork is in Kangol. Specifically Gate 3. That's one of my favorites. One of the goats. I think one of my favorite parts about that gate is how you never get 2 Doomsdays off ever, under any circumstance. So it really makes you feel like you're contributing. Smiley face. Listen. Kangol and Sork do not go together. In ways I cannot describe with words. It's just not meant to be. Some things in this world are not meant to be, and that is one of them. Kangol anti-magic? Kangol fucking anti-fun. Same difference, though, really, if you think about it. Is Bard as hard as people make it out to be? I think Bard is probably the hardest support to play well, but I don't think it's, like, super difficult. I just think it's a lot more difficult directly compared to the other supports. But if you're a good support, you're gonna be a good support. It's fine. I just think Bard is one of the easiest supports to be completely fucking useless on, is how I would put it. Whereas even like a completely brain damaged like paladin or artist will contribute something. That is the hot take of the day. But like somebody like you who says you're thinking about it, making it as your second support, yeah, you'd be perfectly fine. Because the main problem that Bard has is just the other supports are better. Maybe not necessarily better in terms of like supporting capabilities, but like in playability, for sure. Which is why it's like insane to me that they buff fucking Paladin and Artist in the same patch and do not touch Bard at all. When Bard is the one who needs the buffs. That's just some Smilegate for you. Call him Nexon Jr. I think that's fucking everything I have to do on this character for today. Besides get rid of this shit. I have a flame. Is there anything I want to flame? I mean, I kind of want to flame that because it's not good. That black bean mark is insane. On God. That flame, kind of good. Supports just don't feel engaging to play. Yeah, that's for sure. They don't. And that is a problem with them. 100,000%. I just won't flame anything for now. I'll hold on to it. Be cool if you'd sort. Thank you. You only like non-directional classes? Yeah, I don't know. Only you know what you can like. And if you don't like a lot of the classes, then that does remove a lot of the options, because a lot of them are positional. Alright, I'll be right back while I boot up some Loa. Mostly form your opinion on watching a class being played. You don't know if you like it or not. Yeah, I can see a lot of people do that. The main problem, I think, with that is just that generally speaking, you aren't going to get like the experience from it. Because it's like you can see like something being positional or whatever. Like Reaper, for example. You have to hit back attacks. But Reaper has so many different ways to hit backs, it's not actually that bad. But I do think... Oh, excuse me. I do think for the majority of classes in the game... Sorry, I fucking fell asleep. Call me narcoleptic seizure, man. You'll be able to get a good enough opinion just from watching people play the class. Reaper looks fun, you don't know if you enjoy it. Well, I mean, I just picked Reaper because it was, like, the first thing that came into my head. But you could apply that same logic to, like, any class, right? Feels bad investing into something in this game that you don't know if you like it. Yeah, I got you. I mean, obviously you can do that once every Hyper Express. You can make something that you think you'll like. Doesn't always end up working out in the way you hope it would.
You're back. I was waiting for you. There are matters that need your approval. You can go check them in the office.
How do I play this game? This is not Mushroom Game. I have 87 emails from the auction house. You'll love to see it. Still 35, 34. Come now, my children. Stop pushing the price down. Be a good little boy and girl and stop pushing the goddamn prices down. The gap. YouTube streaming, let's go. God damn. It's Mr. Cow himself. Yeah, I have been wanting to get back into it, and I think now I have a lot of the loose ends tied up from what I was trying to get figured out before. Because I had some stuff going on in my personal life that I was trying to figure out, but I think I got a lot of that figured out now, so hopefully we're good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully you've been doing well. Oh my god, I should just energy release that. But I wanted to bomb. Whatever. Why even play Soul Fist if I can't bomb twice? Robust, yeah, I'm all about robusting all over the trees. I definitely think I'm at the point in my time playing this game where I wish I could just spend 100% of my gameplay on this character. It's just this class is the thing that I enjoy the most by far. What is this game? So it's a little hidden indie gem called Lost Ark. Maybe you've heard of it. It's kind of small, but it's a banger. Should give it a try sometime, Nufu. I think you'd like it. All good on that? Smile face? You really gonna drop a smile face at me after that? You're making me not smile face. You're making me the opposite of smile face. I'll come back when I can trade from any east to west and give you everything. The one thing that I want from you, you won't give me, though, and that's kind of the fucked up thing. I want your companionship with me into the evil Legion raids of Arcasia. And I don't think that's something you're able to trade to me. Your highest character is 1560? That's not even that bad. Homie's sitting here acting like he has a fucking 1250 character. Like, literally the only thing you can't do on that character is a con. But everything else I could easily run with you. I'm here for the friends, man. I'm not here for the maximum efficiency gold gains. Full 6-man of all 1540. Yeah, I mean, that's really not bad. Yeah, I know you're on East. But I'm just saying, in like a future where that's possible, I'm totally down to do that. I already don't run all of my highest level maximum raids a week because I just don't enjoy doing that. I enjoy playing with people that I like. So I typically end up running things like 3 normal Kyangles or whatever. A bunch of normal Akans. Or I just don't even run my Akans, period. I just do shit that makes me have the most fun, you know? Haven't played since July. Yeah, I mean, that's not that bad, though. Especially if you ever did want to come back. I mean, the Soul Eater Express is a pretty good time to do it. Because assuming we get a 1580 Express, which we might, you could just express your Shadowhunter, or whatever you wanted to be your main. And then you'd have that character completely caught up with a bunch of extra mats, too. Not sure if you'll survive till Voldyke. I mean, you should just take a break, you know, right? I mean, what's the rush to burn yourself out if you're not enjoying your time, you know? That's certainly what I've done. I've taken a large step back from this game. Because it's what I needed to do in order to keep the game enjoyable. Yo, what's up, Trinity? Zerker or Scouter? Yeah. Well, you get what I mean, though. Because, like, if they do give us a 1580 Express with Soul Eater, that is literally current content on one character for basically free. And then you have a bunch of other alts that are pretty well set up already. So it's like, yes, you're quote-unquote behind, but it's like, you're always going to be behind unless you're dumping thousands into the game anyways. You're really enjoying Scouter before you quit? I mean, Evolutionary Legacy is pretty good compared to Demonic. I still like Demonic, though. Thanks for your videos and insights. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad people enjoy them. And obviously, I like helping people out, and I also like trying to entertain people. It's the combo, you know? I'm the funny clown that knows stuff sometimes. And it's like, Nufu, if it makes you feel any better, like, even I am not sure if I'm going to be 1620 in December. If I wanted to, I could, but, like, I just don't know if I give enough of a shit, right? Because I want to get my Akan weapon to 22, at minimum. Because I want the red and gold glow. I'm a glow gamer. I mean, that's just a fact. But that's, like, so inefficient. It's, like, unbelievable how inefficient that is to use my resources like that. And I'm also playing a lot less, so that means I have less income. Still never got a Gate 6 hard mode clear? I mean, Gate 4 is super easy. Do I do my dailies every day on all my alts? Yeah, no shot. I do my main 6, and that's as far as it goes now. I haven't played anything outside of my top 6 in a very long time. And you can definitely do Gate 6, or Gate 4 now, hard mode Brel if you really wanted to. It's just, I don't think it's worth the time. You could solo carry normal Gate 4. Whereas you still need people to be alive for hard mode Gate 4, and it's not worth the extra 500 gold to me. So when I do run Gate 4s, I run normal. But if you were just looking for a clear, I mean, it's more accessible now than it's ever been. I think the Broshaza changes have been pretty good overall. One fours all day, 5-6 very seldom. Yeah, I mean, that's... I didn't even do 1-4s. I just straight up did 1-2s. Now I do 1-3s, and then sometimes I do gate 4s if I have extra time to play and I feel like doing them. Because a 1-3 now takes me about as long as a 1-2 used to, truthfully. And I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I think it's a combination of just higher item level overall and not having to do Procol. Because it's like, yes, I was the one who was doing Procol every week anyways, but like, I'm not going to sit here and say I fucking body Procol on every single character I've ever had, because the truth is I didn't. Like, my Soric, I would struggle on Procol a ton, because it requires a lot of focus compared to something like Berserker. And obviously I'm not going to play perfectly every single day of my life. Far from it. Does anybody want to buy this fucking legendary chess piece? Please, God, I do not want to have it anymore. I would rather have the 94k gold. Can I give you some advice? I mean, I can. Can't promise it'll be good advice, though. But what do you... what's up? What's up? What's up? You have two 1560s, four 1540s. Feels like you still can't hit 1580 on your main. Well, that's because if you're spending money on alts, that's money that you could have spent on your mains, but you're not. Right? So if your focus is on getting a singular character to a higher level, then you should not be focusing on alts, right? Because the fact of the matter is, in this game, alts are not going to make you your money back in the long term, right? It's just not going to happen. Especially if you push them past a certain breakpoint. Like, and that breakpoint is super low at this point. Like, yeah, if you keep an alt at like 1490 or 1520 or something, you'll probably make your money back. But it won't be fun to play it every week. So, I mean, it's not the greatest advice in the world, and it's not like Mega Brain 5000 IQ advice, but it's literally just going to come down to don't hone your alts and hone your main character, right? And you can kind of see I'm doing the exact same thing that I'm telling you to do, right? I want to focus on my Soul Fist right now, specifically honing my weapon. So my alts, my 5 alts here, have not went up in item level in months. Because honing them would take away from the goal of honing the main. You just have to kind of prioritize. The good thing about the alts, though, is I usually just hone with bound leapstones anyways to keep my gold in check. So it's like, even though I'm not honing my alts right now, I'm still stacking up leapstones. So when I get around to it, I'll be able to hone them at least a little bit. That silver stack? My silver stack has been going down because I just don't do dailies anymore on all my characters. All of these rested Chaos Dungeons and Guardians, full rested for weeks. Tragic. Let me put on fucking KLC. Do I ever feel like the materials for my other characters aren't enough to funnel the main? Well, I mean, yeah, but the problem with that mindset is you're looking at your alts as a way to funnel materials. I look at my alts as just characters that are individual of each other, right? Like, these aren't made to give another character their resources. But when I have a goal that I want to achieve, like honing my Icon weapon on my Soul Fist, I'm able to have these additional support of my roster. Right? So no, I don't have enough mats from just funneling all my honing mats from them to my main. But it's supplemental. I still have to buy a shitload of mats. It just makes it better. Have I seen new Throne and Liberty Showcase? I haven't. Is that game looking any good? And it's like the way I personally play this game is I try not to spend... Oh, I needed to switch my card set again. Fucking presets. Whatever, I don't care. Is this man gonna flare? Okay. The way the game works is... Rather, not the game... the way the game works is... But the way I play the game is I typically try to use only bound leap zones, because you typically get enough bound leap zones in order to get you to each next content breakpoint, so to speak, if you're actively playing the game. But you're always going to have to buy tradable honing stones, like obliteration stones or protection stones, because you just don't get enough of them from raw drops. And that's just kind of how it is. Obviously, if you're also buying leap stones, then that increases the amount of gold that you have to spend on the tertiary stones as well. And obviously, it just starts stacking up more and more. But for something like my Soul Fist weapon, I need to buy leap stones if I want to hit, like, plus 22. So it's kind of a moot point. But, like, for you trying to hit 1580... I think you could put a lot of stock into trying to save up leap stones for like a month on the character and spend none of your gold or other honing resources on anything else, and then just kind of have a lump sum honing session with everything that you've saved in that month. I mean, that's typically what I do, and that's how I make content around it. So you can kind of see I do what I'm telling you to do. That's what you've been doing lately since you're in Out of Bounds? Yeah, and I mean, I can understand the whole idea of wanting to make constant progress in this game. But I think a lot of this game is just kind of waiting, right? You have a set amount of gold you get from certain things every week. You have a set amount of leap stones you can earn per week that cost you nothing. It's just like a patience kind of thing. And obviously some people are more chill with that than others. And again, it also depends on your goals and whatnot. But it's just one of those things that takes time. And you have to know kind of what you want to do. Yo, good morning, Blaze. How you doing? If I was at 0 gold right now, what would I do? Make gold? I mean, it's gonna sound really stupid and obvious, but I would play the game, right? And what I mean by that is I would do exactly what I'm doing now, but I would just have less gold, right? Because nothing that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis requires gold immediately. Aside from, like, crafting array huz. And that's just, like, supplementary gold that I enjoy doing, because it's literally 0 effort free money. And that's my favorite kind of money. So in order to get me to a point to where I could craft array huz, then I would run my raids. I would finish up my Una's shit so I could get the Una tokens for the gold box. But aside from that, I wouldn't do anything specific. I would just continue to play the game. Do dailies on as many characters as I feel like I want to. Do raids when I feel like it. And just wait. Because Lost Ark is not a very instant gratification game. Would I bust? No, I don't bust. It's not, though. It's not profitable. I mean, maybe on your server, but it is certainly profitable here. And if you are on NA West saying it's not profitable, then people like you are why I make so much money. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with bussing or like immoral with bussing in general. But it's just not something I enjoy doing. So I just don't participate in it. So I mean, you can certainly bus if you want to. I just don't have that dog in me. Azana, any East? I mean, I could ask my friend, but I'm like 99% sure it's still profitable for you as well. If it's still profitable in SA, it's almost certainly profitable in East. Please do. I mean, I don't really care enough, though, right? And if I'm gonna ask my friend, I'm gonna ask him how he's doing. I'm not gonna ask him is shit profitable. Because I don't care. What are we talking about profitable? Crafting array huz. It's like, just by the nature of how the game functions, crafting array huz is almost always profit. So whenever people say it's not profitable, I just don't feel like arguing most of the time. And sometimes it isn't profitable. This is true, but it's very rare. And it doesn't last very long. You just bust for profit? Yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody has their things that they do for money, right? I just like crafting shit because it's free. I have to put in very little effort. I had to set up my stronghold once, and then that's it. Ever since then, it just doesn't matter. I check my spreadsheet every now and then to make sure it's still profit. Aside from that, super easy. I mean, okay, here, look. I'll do you a solid. Let's do LA Tools, Crafting Calculator. Lost Ark Market. North America East. So, NA East has 73 gold fish, 3 gold pearls, 10 gold carp. Prime Oreja fusion material. 32 gold. Oh, here, I guess I should show my screen. Let's see. Alright, so you see this? I'm just using Lost Ark Market for your server, NA East. Fish, pearl, carp, 73, 310. Crafting calculator, 73, 310. 32 gold reds. 85 gold profit per hour. I don't get it. It's, like I said, it's almost never a loss. And when it is, it's very rare. Which is why I don't understand people who always say, it's not profit. I don't know, man. I'd take my 2K and be happy. The only time it would not be profitable is when there's a drop in player count. That's not even not... I mostly see when profit margins are readjusting, whether there's a giant influx of supply or influx of, like, people wanting more things, right? It drives the price down. And then, like, for example, if there's a bunch of fucking bots that dump a shit ton of fish. So you have, like, 50 gold fish. That's going to push the price of fusions down, right? So it might not be profitable while things readjust. Sure. But 99% of the time, it's going to be profit, which is why I don't understand. And it's like, I try my best to show people that it's like 0% effort. Yeah, it's only 85 gold right now at those prices per hour for free for doing literally nothing. But I'll take that 2K a day any day for doing fuck all. Never mind, I'm Bozo. Have a great stream. You're fine. I love you, man. Nice to see the live streams more often. Yeah, that's the plan. And I got a lot of my personal things sorted out, hopefully, knock on wood. So, should be able to do them more regularly. Like your content, hope I stream more. Yeah, I just got done kind of saying hopefully I'm good to stream some more. Can't promise daily streams or anything, but I can hopefully do it consistently, or at least semi-consistently. Facts 2k gold while I eat or something. That's what I mean, like, even at like these really bad margins, you're still making 2k gold profit per day for just clicking the craft button. And it's like in times where the margins get really insane or where you make a shitload of your gold, right? Like, I had one of those videos that I made because the profit margin was something like 10k gold profit per day for just clicking craft. Obviously, it's not going to be like that all the time, but it happens. It happens frequently. And I think the downside for crafting a Rehaz specifically is so minimal. Even if there is a downturn, you are very, very, very unlikely to lose money. And if you do lose money, you lose a teeny tiny bit. But it's like I've always said, at the end of the day, I don't really care if you craft or don't craft. I just like making people aware of it. Because it's not really one of those things that you can, like, overpopulate. Because there will always be people who will look at it and go, that's too much effort to set up, or it's not profit, even though it is profit. So, I don't know. I just think it's worth knowing that it exists. Some technical issue that streams 720p max? No. I'd just rather stream 720p 60 FPS than 1080p 30 FPS. I think it looks better this way. Because my internet's kind of dog shit. So, it's just one or the other, and I think this is the better of the options. Neither option is ideal, for sure. Hope Island reputation? Oh, you mean why am I doing the Hope Island Una? It's just... I set up my Unas once, and I don't touch them ever again, because I just can't be fucked. Swapping to a new Una every couple months, just because it saves, like, 2 seconds. I still do the fucking Frozen Sea Una on my Sork. And I will probably always do it. Because I just don't care. I'll tank that extra seconds. If I ever get hard pressed up for those seconds, I know where to cut some out, you know? Made you think to drop the Hestera Garden AFK Una? Yeah, I mean, I don't like that Una, so even if I was going for maximum efficiencies and leapstones, I still don't think I would do that Una. Because I think there's a difference between saving like 10 seconds on an Una and sitting there waiting for your Una to finish over the span of like whatever it is, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever that AFK timer is. It's fucking long, man. But equally so that a lot of people like that Una because it gives them time to do other things. So, I mean, it's just like a personal opinion type deal. Check the market while you wait. Only have one character that you push. Yeah, I mean, that would be a great reason to do that Una, right? Or I know one of my friends usually does their Unas in the morning when they first wake up. And they usually do their Hestera Garden Unas while they're sitting there making coffee, getting ready for work, you know? Stuff like that. Which, again, I think is a totally good use of your time for that Una. But it's just for me, if I were to do that Una, I would not have anything else to do during that time. So I don't do it. I would just be sitting here staring at it, waiting. Like a fucking freak. How many hours do I have? I don't know. I probably have close to like 8,000 if I had to guess. Though I have been leaving Lost Shark turned off a lot lately, so I think my average hours are going down. Yeah, at least 2 for sure. I can tell you that much. And I can go look real quick. Yo, I have 7,400 hours. Yeah, I've been leaving Lost Ark off a lot. If I still had it open the entire time that I was awake during the day, I'd be closer to 8K, I think. Gotta go. First time dropping by your stream. Have a great armor streaming stream. Oh, thank you, Trinity. Nice to meet you. Glad you hung around for a bit. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Good rest of your weekend at that. And something you gotta remember about like the time played stat is, for a lot of people it doesn't really mean that's their time played, right? It's just, that's time with the game open. I certainly do have a lot of hours into this game, but I think it's like absurd to think that I've played this game actively for 7,400 hours. Like, I like Lost Ark, but that's a little insane. Gets tiring, you had to take a 3-month break. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just don't feel like playing it. That's all good, man. I'm motivated to keep playing it at a baseline just because I like making content. But it's like I've said many, many times in my older streams. If I didn't start making content for this game, I probably would have dropped down to playing it way less. Way earlier. Everything is wrong with that. Go back to the mines. I mean, that's also a good alternative option. How does the game decide who appears on the MVP screen? So, it gets an American quarter, and it flips it, and sometimes you show up on the MVP screen. Also, things like stagger heavily influence MVP status for some reason, but sometimes it's just random, man. Don't look into it too much. Doesn't really matter. clone time. Fucking maybe in like a month. Maybe. I'm not even close to 1,000,000 gold again. And I want to hit 1,000,000 raw gold before I hone my weapon again. Why? Why not? Why no Twitch or dual stream? Well, again, you'll recall that I said my internet's kind of shit, so that's primarily the reason why no dual stream. That's also a lot of the reason why I don't want to stream, like, personal effects aside. I make the argument to myself, like, oh, it's not perfect quality, so why stream at all? When that's just bad, too. Just because it's not perfect doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. It's like, it's plenty good enough. And believe me, I do want better upload internet. God fucking believe me. It would be so cool not having to spend 3 or 4 hours uploading my daily videos every day. How much is it per month? I have no idea. I have never looked into it because I just know I can't afford it. I do know, since I go through Xfinity, I have the highest upload that they allow on a non-business package deal, so I would have to go to a business package. So how much more would that be? Could not tell you. Think I'll be tackling unnerfed Theamine fight when I get it? Yeah? Question mark? If I have people to do it with. I'm not gonna play with people I don't want to play with, though, just to do it. But believe me, if I wasn't already spending everything I make from content creation on paying only portions of my credit card bills, internet would be the first thing that I would willingly upgrade. Because it would just help my day-to-day immensely in every aspect. But I am very long away from being able to even consider that, I think. But it's okay, I'm a grinder. Any thoughts on Pistolier? I mean, it's not a troll spec anymore, and it actually looks really fun. So, I think my thoughts are positive on it. In that same breath, though, I think new enhanced weapon Deadeye looks really good, too. So, if I were to ever play my Deadeye, I would probably just stay enhanced weapon. Because it looks so much better than it used to. I think Deadeye in general is just in a pretty good spot, and I think a lot of Deadeyes are happy with that, which is always nice to see. How many classes do I have? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I have 18 different classes. had the pleasure of honing at 1250 to 1415. How are you supposed to gear up an alt without a friend smuggling you into a lobby? That I could not tell you. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to start this game outside of an express event. I just straight up wouldn't recommend it. I don't think... Do I have an Arcana? Yes, I do. 1536 Arcana. Recommend swiping? Well, I mean, yeah, that's the obvious option, but I think at that point, you would probably be better off swiping for a power pass, right? Yeah, Elgasha power pass. But I still don't think I would recommend starting off event if that is your other option. Well, Eric, there's a lot of nuance to it. You gotta have two really big, meaty hands. Yowie hands, I believe they're called. And you also have to do nothing else with your life except play video games. How you doing, Eric? Wasn't for the combining tier, but 1+2, I don't know how you would have geared it up. I don't know. Bro, I haven't fucked with tier 1, tier 2 in like 2 years, man. I don't know how you would have done it either, but that's because I don't know how the shit even works anymore. And I don't know how the new shit works either, so... My answer would be wait for an event. Doing dailies, looking for something to listen to on the second monitor? Well, like I've always said, I like to think I'm pretty good to listen to. That's like my only good quality, though. Don't get me wrong. My grip must be really crushing and powerful. Yeah. I've got some fucking grippers, let me tell you. Celebrity lifestyle, let's go. I mean, it's always flattering when people say something and they're like, oh, I love your content. I always enjoy it. It makes me feel good. Not even necessarily from like an egotistical standpoint, right? It just makes me feel good knowing that people enjoy the things that I'm making, right? Because if nobody enjoyed the things that you were making, what is the point of doing it, right? Obviously, there's some self-fulfillment there, but I think a lot of content creation comes from people also enjoying the thing that you do, even if you enjoy it. It matters a lot less if nobody else enjoys it, right? Betrayal set life changer in Chaos Dungeons? I mean, some classes you can't do it without it. So I would say big agree. If I had to fight an average student of each grade level, do I think I could beat all 12 students? So when we're talking average student here, like what's the distribution? And also, like, how is the gender split? Is it like 50-50 male-female, or is it all male, all female? I think we need to answer those questions first. On Suicide Watch for you discovered it in Pally. My man, you needed to discover that shit immediately. So it's right in the middle, 50-50 split. Oh, all males? Okay. I mean, I think you put me in my current state right now, right? 28 years old. I think I'm 8. I think I'm 28. I don't know. Still mid-20s for sure. Don't worry. Young butts. Mid-28-year-old man, 28 man-year-old man. Me in my current state right now, I don't think they would have a chance, right? Especially if none of them have, like, any sort of formal kick-your-ass training, right? And the only reason I say this is because weight is a massive factor. And I feel like I have the weight advantage as a red-blooded American. Basically, I'm saying I could crush them. Like Bug. I'm like the only English language RS Solfus content maker. I mean, yeah. That's like a niche into a niche into a niche. Second part, you have to do it in a row or you get stopped if I do get stopped. I mean, yeah, but I totally understand what you mean by kids these days are really big now, though. But, like, Eric's talking specifically average, right? None of these people are outliers. So if we're talking dead average, they have no special, like, training, fighting, their weights average, their heights average, they're 100%. You look up average in the dictionary and it's that kid. I don't think I could lose. Because I think it's just that much of an advantage, right? I could be completely wrong and I could be fucking straight up humbled by some, like, 9th grader. But I think my answer's legit. If you start adding college kids into the equation, then yeah, no shot. 100% I get my ass slapped at some point. But average children, K1 through 12, no shots. I'm just built too much like a fucking dump truck. To get adult features and testosterone riddled at like 15. Yeah, for sure, but I don't think that's like the norm. I still think that's the outlier, right? And the key the key context modifier that I'm really relying on here is the word average. Because I don't know if you know this, but I think average is a lot lower than a lot of people think it is. And this goes for, like, anything, right? People will sit here and be like, the average height is 5'11 or something, when in reality it's like 5'9, right? The average weight of like a kid in 12th grade is probably gonna be like 130 pounds, maybe. They're lanky as fuck. I don't think an average 130-pound kid could touch me. I'm a fucking, like, 280-pound brick shithouse, 300-pound fucking Tonka truck. No shot. I don't necessarily think I could beat them, per se, I guess, if that's the question, but I definitely wouldn't have them beat me, right? I'd be like the immovable object. Like, they would hit me, and they would take recoil damage, bro. They got rings of... I got a ring of recoil on, by default. But I think if you start changing it from average to things like athletes or people who play extracurricular like sports, then we start shifting into more and more absolutely not. Because I'm just making it clear, I'm not claiming I have any ability whatsoever to fight or whatever. I am just purely relying on how many pounds of concrete I am. They would bounce into each other. That'd be fucking wild, man. Is my neighborhood safe? I mean, knock on wood, I've never had anything bad happen to me here, so... But there has been a shooting near my street. So... Tomato, tomato? Question mark? But I think that's just like an American bonus, right? It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Field card. It's just kind of a modifier you get for living in America. Let me check my hood for me. Relatable? That's what I'm saying. It's just the American modifier. Everything is way bigger here, and also everybody has guns. Really didn't kill anything? Fucking lightning vortex, you useless piece of shit. Normally, that's something someone from Afghanistan or Libya might say. I didn't say I'm waking up to gunshots every day, right? I'm just saying, like, there has been a shooting somewhere near my street, right? I feel like that's totally reasonable for the majority of America. It's not like I'm in fucking Denver or Detroit and I'm waking up to the fucking struggle. I don't know why the fuck I said Denver when I could have just said, like, Chicago. That would have been so much better. It's okay. Must be weird knowing anyone can have a weapon on their belt. I mean, the reality of it is not much you can do about it, right? Just something you kind of grow up getting used to. Oh no, the abandoned Sork? I don't know, I might put 9s on her. It depends on how I feel when it becomes an option. Also depends on how many icons I end up running on her. I'm still at 0. But seems like the majority of the people I run a con with, or used to run a con with, no longer do normal mode. So I think I'm just going to end up doing less icons than I already do, which is already not very many. Like you, Chris, I'm coming to the Discord call tomorrow. Yeah, that's why I never get in Discord typically. Because I know what people are capable of. You gotta keep your shooter close. You can't just go around making gun sounds like that, come on. Come on now. US police gonna shoot your door and shoot your dog? I mean, they're not gonna shoot your dog, they're just gonna shoot you, right? I mean, maybe if you're lucky, they'll only hit your dog. But I'm not a gambling man. I'm only a gambling man when it comes to honing my weapon. I'm gonna shoot your dog, not your dog. I don't know if you're allowed to say that. But I mean, I guess it's you and your dog, so who am I to interject? How do I have not like Stoops like numbers yet? Keep grinding out great content and keep it up. Watch all your shit, man. Well, I appreciate that, James. Means a lot. And I think a lot of it is just because the short and sweet of it is, I mean, I think Stoops just makes better content in general. And I don't think there's any shame in that. Obviously, everybody has their own opinions, but at the end of the day, is what it is. And I mean, I think more content for a specific niche is never a bad thing, so. I'm just trying to have fun here, making things that I like to make, while also hopefully having people enjoy it as well. I also definitely think I have a much more relaxed style of making content on YouTube, which is definitely not what I think the majority of YouTube content is catered around right now. But I don't mind that. It's time for me to catch up on content. Bro, literally, if you want to get me in contact with some oil barons that want to sugar daddy me some money, sure. But until then, bitch, do you see this gold? I have 176k gold. That's fucking nothing. Next weapon honing stream is when I have 1 million raw gold. Relaxed content would make me come back and watch your vids. Yeah, I definitely think a lot of people are like that. Six gold earner. When Soul Eater comes out, do you go FI at word answer? Swift Soul Eater, Spec Soul Eater. I have not seen anything from Soul Eater aside from the skills. But I assume Soul Eater will be good just by nature of it being a new class. So unless you heavily enjoy First Intention word answer for some strange reason, I would just say pick the new class. Shiny is usually better. It's time I'm have more gold than gold. I assume you mean than me. Eric needs to relax a little bit. He's so happy he has this much gold. Real Eric has fucking screenshots of him having like 2 gold though, and we all know that's real Eric. Stoop spending 3.8 million on a 25 pity is insane. I don't... Nah. That's why I'm like, I want to go for 22, like 100%. I just don't know if I'm going to go for higher than 22. Two Fade Embers, same run, just lost NNN. The real thing is, what were those Fade Embers? Because if they were 2 purple selector packs, I mean, might as well not even have dropped me a Fade Ember, right? You give me 2 large fucking honing boxes, though? Yeah. I'm nutting 24/7. $10k gold bar and honing mats? Yeah, then that's 100% like multiple nuts for sure. Only mentioned First Intention because balance patch in KR makes word answer broken. Yeah, I mean, if it's something that you think you'll like, then yeah, sure, go for it. I just think generally shiny equal better if you don't have any strong opinion for something else. Includes all donations, not just the gold from Stoops. Well, yeah, I would assume he probably got a lot of donations, but he also probably used everything he had, I would imagine. I mean, I know that shit on paper, that shit is expensive as fuck. And if you start pitying, it gets even worse. You have been disciplined? You've been a bad boy? Is that it, Eric? Who's been a bad boy? I mean, I could fin dom you if you want to give me some gold. But I ain't cheap. You've been neglecting your ult and only investing in Zerk. I mean, that's really the secret. You just have to stop honing shit and you get gold. Whenever I start honing shit, that's when I have no gold. Crazy how that works. Doesn't Soul Eater want Legendary Purify Rune? I mean, I don't know why they would want a Purify Rune over any other class. Unless you mean Wealth, in which case, again, I don't know, because I don't know anything about Soul Eater. But it's possible. Have I made a video with Cody H yet? Nah. But I would definitely be down to. I mean, shit, I'd be down to make content with anybody if they wanted to. I'm just not going to try to insert myself into, like, collabs or whatever. If it happens, it happens. I mean, I'm more than happy to do stuff. I don't think there's a single content creator that I dislike. I think the worst thing I've ever said about another content creator is the Korean creators I typically don't watch just because... I mean, obvious reasons, right? They play Korean Lost Ark. One of their spells debuff them? What the fuck? That's fucking weird, man. That's interesting. Time to do quickly do 15 continents. Good luck, man. That is really weird. But at the very least, Legendary Purify from Epic Purify is not a very big increase, so I'm sure you could be fine with Epic. Marco doesn't even have purple? I mean, I would say that's surprising, but it's not really surprising. Because it's like he wouldn't use Purify if even if he had it, right? So... he already doesn't use Panacea on a con whenever possible. That's the Ken and fucking Marco special, and the Mo special. Finish your Fortune Spire today. Finally max skill points achieved. Never again. Hell yeah. Charm for charm so often. Yeah, I mean... I feel like if the content was harder and adding the additional atropines and shit would make it significantly easier, I'd be all for it. But we're at a point now where it's literally just kind of pointless. And I get it, they're just trying to parse, but it's like... really, man? When content is no longer hard and it's just farm, I no longer care about parsing, right? I only care about parsing when things are not super easy farm status, because I think that's when it matters more. Because if you can parse on prog, that means a lot more than parsing on farm. But that's just carryover from WoW days. Did Ignia tokens? Can't even get yourself to do one because you got the Bifrost key. There's a free Bifrost key. Bifrost is so nice. Logging onto my other rosters and not having all the Bifrost slots is like, what am I doing? Am I ready for the next 3 expansions for WoW? I don't even know what they are. So, yes, I'm absolutely ready. Never been more ready for World of Warcraft in my life. See me horde side. Yeah, bro, I got all my characters on fucking Wildhammer. Wildhammer up, bro. Let's get it. In their merging servers, you could buy something that included a Bifrost key. One per server, so you think after the merge you just got 2 keys. Shit. Free shit is free. Never complain about it. Ever. Because you bought one of them on each server? Yeah, that makes sense.
They say you'll never be a star, that you started much too late to change your fate. I'm trying, though I didn't start at 8.
Oh my god, please support. Let me do my daily tree, man.
Find a reason to. I can still.
Oh my god, I want to be done with my dailies.
It's still not too late. I wanted to play violin long ago, but I wasn't 4, so my mom said no.
Holy McBooba.
I could never be a child prodigy.
What a name.
10 years ago, I didn't plant the tree. The future was something that I couldn't see. If I had been a little faster, I'd have a lot more skills I could master. It's hard to say when you've lost the precious time of yesterday. So many things you could learn. You'll bloom just like a flower. Stop thinking
Isn't buying silver heal pots really expensive? Maybe if you have no silver? I don't know. I value my gold more than I do the silver. And I also value having to pay 0 attention in Chaos Dungeons more than spamming a heal pot. But I feel like I'm not a great person to ask about silver-related questions. Teach me your ways, play the game a lot. That's the secret. My neck trying to get the sea bounties for legendary focus rune. I just don't like sea bounties. Because the sea bounties that I'm missing are from the sailing co-op. And I tried for a very long time to get them, and then I eventually just gave up and haven't done it for like a year now. But sea bounties kinda ass, big agree. Specifically the sailing co-op ones. You think they're in the new Chaos Gate now? I should probably start doing Chaos Gate again. But I like not doing any timed content. The only timed content I do is the Siege Islands, and that's because they give level 5 gems. And I'm a slut for gems. But if the new Chaos Gate can give the old bounties, then maybe. Maybe I revisit it. Chaos Gate is like 2k gold for 3 minutes. Yeah, I don't think it's bad for the time investment. I just don't like doing timed content. Ever since I've just stopped caring, it's been so much nicer. It's like, I don't look at this and think, oh shit, 48 minutes, should I do Chaos Gate? I look at this and say, wow, a bunch of shit I don't care about. Except for Medaya, but I don't care about Medaya. It's just, the reward is too good. Level 5 gem in this economy? Crazy. That is all 6 of my characters done in like, what, an hour and 40-something minutes? Am I using the new Leap Una from former Ghost Ship? Nope. Like I say, whenever anybody says anything about my Unas, I set up my Unas one time and then I never touch them again. Because the seconds I shave off isn't worth enough to me to have to reset them up every couple months because a new Una comes out that's suddenly better than the other Unas. I'll tank the 5-second difference. It's all good. I think it's good to know about which Unas are the best, though, for people who, you know, want to. And also for new people who want to know what Unas to set up. But it's just for me, I don't care, man. You can tell by the fact that I still do Frozen Sea on my Sork. Anyways, I'm gonna call that a successful stream. About a 4-hour stream. I'm gonna be doing these more often now since my personal shit is hopefully fixed. I love you all. Thank you guys. Nice seeing you, Eric, and everyone else who joined us. Nufu, if you're still here. The cat guy. Fucking Blopia. Love you all. See you guys next stream, hopefully. Whenever that may be. Nice, you get a shout out. Of course you do. You're Eric. You're Eric.